lessons learned, horror stories, that kind of stuff along the way yet?
Lessons learned. Not yet. I mean, we have, this year in particular, we've had a lot of repairs made on our places. And like the years prior, we hadn't really had a whole lot. Combined, before this year, probably spent maybe $1,500 on repairs, you know, something going wrong, plumbing issue, you know, water leak, whatever. This year we replaced a garage, we had a water backup in the basement at one of our rentals up in Ames. We probably, you know, at least quadrupled that. We're not even at the end of the year yet. I think that was a big learning curve because we had a lot of this cash flow coming in years prior, and now a lot of that we've been saving up is actually being used towards repairs. And it kind of got me like, maybe I should be saving a little bit more, just because those things happen. And that's why you have to account for those repairs, maintenance, and capital expenditures and that kind of stuff.
Is there any like set amount you put away every month for that type of balance? Because I've heard like different amounts.
So I usually, and it's kind of funny, I usually do about 10% of the gross monthly rent. So the place up in Ames, well, yeah, it's $1,725 a month. So I'll put aside $170 per month and do a high yield savings account for those expenses. Yeah, so that it's about 10%. So all of our places, one rents for $1,725, one for $1,900, and the other for $1,875. So just putting aside around $500, $600 per month.
Yeah.
That paid for all of these expenses that came up this year, and that it's a peace of mind thing. You know, you could be collecting all that cash flow if you want to and pay for it out of pocket, but to me it's like, if I just put this in an account, if I have a repair or anything like that, I'm not worried like, oh shit.
Is the money gonna come?
Yeah, how am I gonna pay for this? I don't get paid till next week, whatever. It's already there. And the great thing about doing that too is, you know, when you decide to sell these places, if you have money in that account, it's still yours.
Yeah.
If you don't spend it on repairs, then that's great, it's still yours. But you're still set that aside just to, you know, for when those things do happen, because they will. It's inevitable.
I always think of like the worst oh shit case scenario.
Yeah, what's yours? What's your oh shit?
I was doing like the thing I was told, like 10K put aside for your first one, because like the very worst thing that could happen in my mind is like a roof or a furnace, or you know, an AC unit goes out. Like AC unit's probably $3-4 grand. Same thing with those others, and then 5 for each rental after that. But then I was thinking of it, I was like, that kind of adds up. I have probably 8 properties now, like 12 units, and you do the math on that, 8 times 5, you got 40 grand sitting in an account. You're like, do I really need this?
Yeah.
Like, because the possibility of all that shit going wrong and someone getting evicted, because like probably your most expensive cost as a landlord is vacancy. 100%. You know, like if you don't have your place rented, you're sitting on probably $1,500 of expenses, you know, $1,000 to whatever, you know, depending on each place. But none of my places are ever vacant for more than like a couple weeks.
Right.
So like that's the benefit of single family rentals. You just always have demand.
Yep.
You know, they're not as convenient as multifamily, but I think they're definitely more profitable.
100%.
And they're more liquid. Like if I ever get in an oh shit situation,
you gotta put it up on the
I can put it up on the market, and I know in Ames, if you price it right, it'll probably be gone in 30 days.
Right.
And so like I'm always thinking about what's the worst case scenario, especially when you get bigger and bigger, because you're like, you know, there's just a lot more dollars at play.
Yeah.
A lot more people to pay back.
A lot more risk. Yeah.
So I kind of think through that too. And that's the nice thing about single family, whereas, you know, you go out and buy a 20 unit apartment building for your first rental and you're having trouble getting it fixed up, or vacancy's bad, or, you know, you just have those things that go bad in operation. You want to sell it, you know, and interest rates are now 8% compared to 3%. It might be a little trouble to get that thing moved. Not really here in our market, it doesn't seem like.
No,
Multifamily's still moving pretty quick, but
it is. Yeah, because it's so scarce. I mean, you look at the Des Moines MLS, just in general, you don't have to put any filters on. You just type in multifamily. At any given time, there's between like 15 to 45 properties.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot, and compared, you know, for how many actual units are around here. The multifamily space, in Central Iowa, I think it's pretty strong. But you know, you never know.
But your buyers are a lot less. Like in a single family home, you have a ton of people ranging from investors to first-time home buyers, everyone in between. Whereas a commercial building, you only have one set of buyers. That's an investor, and so you probably can't always maximize that return.
Your net is much wider with single family. 100%.
And same thing with townhouses. Like if you ever got in a real oh shit pinch, it wouldn't be nothing to sell off one.